Welcome in to Lexington, Kentucky, and the 200th game in the combined history of the Lexington Miners. And before that, the Tulsa Desperados as they take on the Detroit Maulers here to open season 26 here at the Quarry. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrup. Joining me back in the booth for opening week is my analyst buddy, Rick Northrup.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to a new season, into a new season. Let's go. Don't forget the Rick meter is here, also Colin, with its familiar neon, clean diesel motor, and inflated sense of self-worth.
And Detroit, they finished 6-6 a year ago. They're looking to break above 500. They got a couple of new pieces. Lexington, hoping that they have some more firepower. They stumbled to a 3-9 record a year ago, but it's a new season, new faces, and a lot of new places, including on both sides, as Lexington will take the ball first on offense to start the ball game.
It's a season filled with promise. And the kickoff, as you said, of the 200th game. It's the bicentennial of the Lexington Miners. Let's go. Maybe they have do they have a special bicentennial coin for the coin flip? They should.
You see the numbers on your screen. Lexington favored by 2.5 point underdogs on the road. Spread pretty close. And Manning on the return will get tackled at the 27-yard line. And that's where the Lexington offense will begin, led by Kenny Slider, quarterback number 2. Deion James and Ian Francis are the running backs. And Alexander West is the wide receiver, along with Marquis Senko and Gabriel Manning. DJ Banda and Chris Altier are the tight ends. We'll get to the offensive line after this play, which will be a 1st and 10 from about just before the 30-yard line. That's where they'll mark it.
Well, and there's we finally got the parabolas going on the field there. And game sounds.
And the windows were stuck. Somebody had to unstick the windows here up here in the booth. As it's going to be a 2-yard loss. Francis tackled immediately on the play.
Yeah, got a good get started play there. Innocent toss sweep and bang! It's a loss. They're instantly behind the sticks. It's sick how far they're behind the sticks.
King Jamal on the tackle there, as this throw underneath the West will make it a 3rd and 7 situation here for the Miners here in the early going. For the Maulers on defense, defensive ends Thomas Matthews and Frodo Leggins. Sean Parrott, who was an absolute terror at the defensive tackle position a year ago, is joined there by Robert Cherry. Slide it down the middle, complete. It'll be a 1st down. 1st down to Manning, and the Hall of Famer is showing why he got himself a gold jacket in the SFL Hall of Fame.
The Miners laugh at being behind the sticks as they get their first down in style.
And up front, they got in the linebacking core, they got a new linebacker. The Hall of Famer Jack Brown is back out of retirement, wearing number 43 in the program, as the throw underneath is good for 5 yards. Takayuki and Joshua Durr are statisticians, by the way. Thanks to those gentlemen keeping track of the facts and figures for us. Besides Citrion and Casper Haddock are the other backers. J.W. Harshon, King Rashid, and Ramir Snoddy are the corners. Safeties are Chris Delro, King Jamal, and Jubilee Marsh.
There's that little bit of a tossed running play, this time inside the ends.
And they will set up a 3rd and 2 situation now for Lexington. The I formation. They're going to pitch it again, and this time it doesn't work. In fact, they lost the yard.
Oh, no.
Tackle made by Jubilee Marsh.
Jubilee Marsh, nice.
And Takayuki will be on for the punt.
After a semi-promising start, they get stymied. We will see what Detroit has to offer. Colin, I'm supposed to comment on the game. Sure, happy to do that, but, I comment on everything. as people know, and including the buffet they got going on here in Lexington, Colin. I'm gorging myself on chocolate chip cookies tonight. They are yummy.
Ball is on the 14-yard line. Ethan Flowers at quarterback to start the ball game, and he will roll out, pump. He still has the ball, and Flowers, yeah, it was sort of a gallivanting adventure, if you will. He picked up exactly his jersey number in the scramble to be 5 yards, 2nd and 5.
After that pump, was he looking to his right to maybe throw over to his back or his protection guy? I'm not sure.
Johnny Kim, the backup quarterback, number 12, went the previous 2 years with the now defunct Baltimore Vultures, is in at quarterback. Number 12, he'll throw over the middle, and it'll be caught for the first down, I think. No, they're going to say it's a 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 2.
I thought it was closer than 2 yards, but that's where they spot it.
Andrew Gibson and Rashawn Williams are the running backs. Fullbacks Terrell Sutherland and Brad Taylor White. Kim will take off on the quarterback sneak. He did this a lot in Baltimore. Picks up the first down.
Nicely done. You need a couple of yards. That's a nice play, and didn't used to see that a lot in the league, Tom, but we're seeing it more and more. And I think that's a welcome addition from the offensive perspective. Helps keep the D on their toes.
And Flowers is back in there. He throws, and it's incomplete. Looking for his tight end over the middle. That was Robert Benson Jr., but they're going to call defensive pass interference. They'll get the ball to spot Philadelphia Collins, the guilty party from Lexington there, as we see in this replay, Rick.
Yeesh, yeah, I got there a little early. Kind of messed around. Ended up taking one off the back of his upper back there with that pass. Nothing says PI like getting hit in the back while you're tackling a receiver.
The other defensive players for Lexington, Chris Andrews, R.C. Puff, and Berto Demore at ends. As Gibson gets the carry, and Gibson manages to fall forward for about 3.
Trying to stretch them out a little bit there on the right side, and the defense is on top of that.
And we have Jaden Swift, Mike Mello, along with Brenda Puff with the tackle. Defensive tackle spots. Philadelphia Collins, the man called for the interference, mans the inside backers. 2 outside backers, R.E.D. Turner and Tony Roberto. Nate Hetzlaff and Devontae Moore, along with undrafted rookie Hudson Cruz are returning, along with Jay Rock and Cameron Shaw. Safety men are Travis Arthur and Marco Swift.
3rd and 5. Let's see what they've got dialed up here, Colin.
They'll go split backs, 3 wide receivers. That's Flowers still in there at quarterback. Fires down the field, and it's incomplete. Beautiful coverage made on the play by Arthur. And the Miners, despite giving up some free yards due to the penalty, will force a Detroit to punt.
They do. And, you know, they snapped the ball before they put the count on it. That formation designed to give the QB a lot of options, and can't get one complete.
Mylan Fails got it away to Manning, who's tackled at his own 22. Oh, no. We're into the mocking part already. We're not even through the first quarter yet, and I've already been mocked by my partner up here in the broadcast booth. I'm not sure if I like it.
I forget. I mean, it's going to earn me a demerit in my commenter book from Colin, for sure.
Screen out to the running back, and that'll be Francis for about a 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 6. This is a Lexington staff that, Rick, at times last year, they struggled, especially running the football. Let's see if any of the offseason additions helped with it.
Right, I think they know that, and are obviously trying to remedy it this year, and they do it in
nice
spades.
Stiff arm in the open field, and Francis powering down the field like it's easy.
I think teaching people how to use a stiff arm, that's a good way to go.
They only averaged 79 yards per game on the ground a year ago, and if they get more runs like that, they'll average more. Oh! Who got thrown out of the club there? That was poor Ramirez Snoddy got thrown out of the club with that wicked stiff arm.
Thrown out of the club. Boy, we all know what that feels like, don't we?
Some of us more than others.
Hey, boo, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Man in motion is Manning to the top of the screen. Punch again to the bottom. Slider throws out in the flat, and it's going to be about a 3-yard gain.
Barely got that one off before the rush got there.
That's Deion James, 6'2", 220 pounds, fifth-year back, all with this Lexington franchise. 2nd and 7. They'll go trips to the top. Now they'll motion one of those trips out to make it a 2-by-2. Here's Slider. Up top to the other side. And ooh, he just pulled the string a little too hard, but Alexander West was open.
Well, 3rd and long. And see what they've got for the must-do long yardage 3rd down. Now they've got 5 wide here, Colin, but no extra protection in the backfield.
Against a defensive front, in particular, to tackle Sean Parrott, that was just a menace at times to the opposing quarterback. Here going, that throw is incomplete. Looking for West again, and he can't believe that the string was once again pulled a little bit too far.
I wonder if the route wasn't run properly. Hard to know because that was sort of airmailed to nobody.
Itaki Yuki back on for his 2nd punt already. Gets it away, and it's a high kick. Will be fielded by Rob Hunt at the Detroit 14. He's one of 4 wide receivers we'll see. Jamar Shelton, the rookie wide receiver, undrafted free agent. He's joined out there by Jimmy Wentz, C.J. Parrish, Rob Hunt. And the offensive line, Torque McLean, the center, snaps the ball to Flowers, and down he goes. The protection didn't hold up that time. And barreling through was big R.C. Puff, number 68.
Who apparently has a hearing problem, I'm not sure.
So McLean is the center, Will Henson is the guard, Jimmy Hayes is the other guard. Tackles are Adrian Meadows and Portia Henson. Robert Henson Jr. and Kupla Khan is the other.
And it's knocked down.
As the throw is knocked down at the line of scrimmage, like you said, and that's R.C. Puff again, getting his big paws up there, 6'2", 280 pounds.
That's a large person.
2nd and 15, 3rd and 15 rather, and they line up in the shotgun. Apparently I don't know how to count.
Read numbers. Refresh on your Arabic numerals, please.
And they're going to throw at Flowers, who sprints out to the right, trying to take off, but that wasn't a wise decision as he's tackled on the play by Hudson Cruz for the sack, and everything just went foobar there for Detroit on that drive.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. I guess thought he was going to do his own sweep there, but just doesn't have the wheels for it.
He was trying to run a sweep pass, and as a result, Mylon Dales is standing practically on the back of the end zone. Lexington will get outstanding field position at the Detroit 40-yard line.
Yeah, almost in field goal position there. I don't know what kind of kicker Lexington's got for themselves this year. Colin, maybe you can enlighten us.
Takayuki, he's pretty reliable, 5th-year man.
5th-year guy. I just don't happen to have handy what his range is.
The slider comes out on the Detroit 40.
We're scoreless here as we near the end of the first quarter, Colin, but good field position.
Oh, in the middle, almost intercepted. Almost intercepted on the play by the Detroit safety man, King Jamal, one of a handful of free agents they picked up. Previously spent time with the Sin City Samurai before they closed up shop, so he made his way eastward to Detroit.
Or north. Wait, what team was he with?
He was with the Sin City Samurai. So
which is Vegas?
Yep.
Gotcha.
So they'll be going east to the throw again. Long, incomplete for West, and so far Kenny Slider is missing those throws and he's missing them long.
He is. I thought for a second you said Sin City Natty. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Long of 47 for Takayuki a year ago.
All right, no, they're not in field goal range. Now they are.
They're well within field goal range as they finally connect with Alexander West, and the bench is pretty excited about that one.
Like gathering around the igloo cooler there.
Slider fit that one in there pretty neatly. It'll be 1st and 10. Single back, they go. Look at the split on that bunch. The closest man on the bunch he's practically
on the line.
Next to the tackle. And they're going to run
to that side, yeah.
up the middle and pick up 5 yards. So they spread them out with a little bit of motion to see if they could get an indicator, and then they just ran the ball.
Yeah, I think the idea was if they could get the guy in the second level, those 3 on the bunch would be blocking into the secondary, linebackers and DBs. Interesting play design. Maybe we'll see that again. Almost got him to that second level.
Tight end in motion. That is Altier. Here they pitch the other way, but the backer screams through. No, that's the safety man. That's the safety man, number 29, Marsh again.
Safeties get a lot of interceptions. He was a half step away from getting an interception in the backfield.
Welcome into Fort Worth Toros. They say hi. What's up, guys? Slider tipped at the line, incomplete. Robert Terry says, "You shall not pass." The ball hits the turf, and they are within field goal range, so they'll get a chance from 37 to break the deadlock. Out of the right end. Snap, spot, kick is on the way, and it's good!
There we go. First points of the game. First points of the season for your Lexington Miners. It's a food taco at Taco Boy. All your Taco Boy locations. Taco Boy.
Did the boys in the truck hand you another one of those phony notes
I
again?
just made that up. There's no Taco Boy.
Down in the end zone, ball comes out to the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Detroit wearing the purple helmets with silver pants and white jerseys with
numbers and letters on them and some shoes.
With some dark purple numbers as Gibson up the middle explodes for his biggest run thus far.
Woo.
And Andrew Gibson, he shot out of there like a cannon, like a pinball.
Like a spitball.
I want to give shout out again to our 2 stats guys, Yuki and Joshua Durr.
Exactly. Keeping track of the facts and figures. Colin is great at using them. And there's
Flowers completes it to Ensign Jr. for the 1st down. And he's pretty fired up about that one, Rick.
Yeah, way to end the first quarter. Your score, Lexington 3, Detroit 0.
And the home crowd's pretty happy. Their team is up 3-0. And the assistant head coach for the Lexington Ball Club is Robert Henson Jr. And he made a nice catch there to set up a 1st and 10.
Showing the way, showing some leadership there. Ball security leadership with that tough catch.
Offensive coordinator is Casper Haddock. Gerald Sutherland is the GM. He's in charge of putting this roster together. Brad Taylor Wright gets the ball up the middle and will gain about 4 yards to set up a 2nd and 6.
I'll remind everybody, the Rick Meters here, and the staff with their Bank Michigan supplied slide rules are interestingly and actively watching the game, calculating, and be ready to give you some heads up on who's going to actually prevail in this contest, and there's a 1st down.
And the rookie Williams, who was really productive with the Philadelphia Cougars down in SFLM, gets the carry there. It gets the 1st down. He's really the bigger of the two backs Detroit has. Gibson is only 6 foot, 225 pounds. Williams is a load. He's 6'4", 200 pounds.
As Bruce Martin would say, he are a load.
And Gibson gets the ball this time, giving Williams the blow, and he picks up about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4. Other coaches of note on the side for Lexington. Head coach is Philadelphia Collins. Defensive coordinator is Jaden Swift. And this will be a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, that was that second down play looked a lot like a goal line play. Pretty much everybody was on the line, and a deep H-back handoff. Can't get much out of it.
And Flowers is going to throw over the middle, 1st down to about the 20. And that's Shelton, another one of those rookies for Detroit, number 84 on the reception.
And the edge rusher for Lexington, Colin, is taking the great circle route, but he was going to get home, and so Detroit QB
Flowers
needs to get rid of the ball on time, or he's going to get hit with that at some point here.
Look at Gibson, the former wide receiver turned tailback a couple seasons ago, continues to fall for it. He picked up 9 there. Tony Roberto, the big linebacker, is taken for a ride that play, number 98. He's been with this franchise a while. In fact, he's been here so long,
yes,
his franchise was based in Tulsa, Oklahoma, before moving to Lexington, Kentucky.
Nice.
More you know. As it's 2nd and 1, Kuplik on the other tight end in motion. Here's the give up the middle. And he's not going to get the 1st down as Williams, Philadelphia Collins stopped him.
I don't know, to my eye, Colin, he achieved the mark. But alas, and no red hanky.
They bring Johnny Kim in. Will he do the
Could do it all again.
Will he do the quarterback sneak? They'll send the man in motion all the way across formation.
To make sure that DB's out of the way, yeah.
And the quarterback sneak, and he slides down at about the 2. He could have scored if not for the 2 defenders near him, but Johnny Kim sets his new team up with a 1st and goal.
Wow. Good call, and you know the big uglies up front really like that, and it helps motivate them.
Indeed.
Oh,
and
doing it again.
Does it again. No, they said he didn't score.
Why does he slide? What? Again, we might have talked to the commish here at halftime about that. He could have scored on both of those plays, but he did the slider thing.
Is he going to try a 3rd time?
Can he still slide and not accidentally score?
Oh, this is like the time the Eagles.
Let's see.
Don't
start with your nonsense, Colin.
Go back to the well. No, they're going to hand off to Williams, who gets the touchdown. So it's not the backup quarterback who gets the touchdown. It's the rookie running back who gets the 1st score. Swan dives over the top.
Well done, and Detroit is on the board in style. We'll try and complete the old-fashioned 7-point play the old-fashioned way.
Sid Altamir on for the extra point, and she kicked the league's longest field goal by far last year, 54 yards, 12 plays, 80 yards, 4 minutes, and 43 seconds taken off the clock. And Rayshawn Williams, that young man, he should probably get the ball from the equipment manager and find a place for it above his mantle.
Exactly. Congratulations to you, sir.
Kickoff fielded in the end zone, ball knelt down and will come out to the 20.
Well, now that we've seen scoring drives from each team, Colin, let's get to our haberdashery report. We talked about the uniforms here earlier, and I think
for Detroit.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about Lexington.
Oh, talk about Lexington, and then I can go back to the haberdashery report.
Lexington in the all grays with orange helmets, and they have blue and orange accents throughout the uniform, as this shotgun run only nets about 3.
Yeah. So for the haberdashery report, we're going to give the nod to Lexington. I think those are sharp. Most of the uniforms in the SFL, not all, and you know who you are, people. But most of the uniforms are really sharp. And tonight, I got to give the nod to Lexington.
And another shotgun run, and look, I know people love runs out of any formation, but that just didn't make any sense to me because big old number 58, Frodo Leggins, the defensive end, he basically had a free path to the running back.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a couple of good runs, but a lot of them have been stymied at or behind the line of scrimmage with some penetrators there. It's like the WD-40s of the defense for Detroit getting through the, see what I did there with these occasions.
And Citron blitzes, but the throw is tipped away, incomplete.
Detroit's a manufacturing town, like those cars.
You don't have to explain the joke.
Okay, am I over-explaining my own joke?
Yeah, I see Guy Clausen in the chat now.
Hey, Guy the Glide.
Albuquerque will play Miami on Monday night.
Not that Miami.
As the kickoff
the Albuquerques
will go to the 28.
The Albuquerques.
No, it's Miami and Anchorage.
Oh, why'd you say Albuquerque? You misspoke.
I misspoke.
Misspake.
It'll be first down. And Flowers is in there. They'll give to Gibson, and Gibson unable to gain a yard. It'll be 2nd and 10. Miami, of course, the relocation of what was the Charleston Predators until this past off season, and they finally got moved down to South Beach. Interested to see what the stadium and colors are like, as that throw was almost intercepted. Travis Arthur almost got it.
In the right place at the right time. Pass breakup is good anytime, and potentially could have made a play on that ball in terms of putting it in his hands.
Indeed. It's now 3rd and 10 as a result of that pass deflection.
Really hinge possession here as far as the Rick meter is concerned. And look,
Flowers went long and maybe a little too long.
Yeah.
For C.J. Harrison, it'll be 4th down.
I whipped that thing, ripped the seam, and nobody was that deep.
You know, it's like Tom Brady says all the time. You know, when you get a certain coverage, just rip the seam.
Yeah.
And he tried to do that there, but he ripped it a little too long.
Rotate over.
Cooper Khan makes the tackle down there on special teams.
Well, cruddy starting field position for your Lexington Miners. They find themselves behind the 8 ball here in the 2nd quarter, down 7-3, Colin, and an early hinge possession for the Miners as far as the Rick meter is concerned. They need to show they can move the ball and put some more points in it.
And they'll throw a swing pass, and
because
that went all sorts of backwards there.
Yeah, because the implication is if they can't get out of their own way here and they're deep in their own part of the field, it suggests that the game can get out of hand the further it goes, only in the 2nd quarter.
2nd down and about 12. Throw it down the middle, leave 1st down and plenty more. Gabriel Manning hauls it in.
See, and that's a positive net present value play for the Miners, because the Rick meter will say, all right, they can actually move the ball, so their expected production maybe is higher than what was potentially being calculated.
It'll be 1st down. And Flowers broke one tackle but was unable to get past the line of scrimmage. By the way, Rick, you're a nerd. You're just down in the minutia. Don't get lost in the sauce.
Ooh, look at you, speaker better gooder.
Minutia. Oh, that's the vocabulary.
Oh, yeah, use the vocabulary word. I didn't even know it.
Throw down the middle is incomplete for West again. They've targeted him a lot already.
Yeah, boys and girls, you know, I'm expecting to hear about all the good vocabulary words and studying that you've been doing in the off season and reading books on your own and adding to your knowledge base. Very, very pleased about those people who actually do.
Slider throws first down again to Manning out 3rd and 10 plus. Oh, and this is another backbreaker for Detroit as Manning shows why, well, he's the man.
Yeah, Detroit's given up a couple of, I had to call them big plays, but first down conversions here.
King Rashid went for the big hit instead of the wrap up, and Manning was just able to bounce off of it like a
pinball.
3 catches for 57 yards so far on 4 targets.
You're going to accept that pinball analogy. Oh, look at that.
The throw wide open to West in between the zone defense, and Slider is really heating up now. He's now 9 of 16.
Let's get the count in here from Sesame Street. Three, count them, 3 big plays on this drive.
Just watch there. West high points the ball and gets crunched by 2 defenders and still hangs on to it as we reach the 2-minute warning.
Wow. And of course, this does nothing but inflate the Rick Meter's ego, who believes that the Lexington offense hurt their defense and doubted their ability to get out of their own way. And here we are, the plus 31. Oh, almost got that intercepted.
Pitch was almost picked again, and instead they get 3 yards out of it. Amazing. Jasmine Swift is the center, by the way. Phoebe Collins is the left guard. Is the right guard, and Ricky Lafleur is the other guard. Olivia Tonique and Danny Treverson are the offensive tackles for Flowers. As again they go shotgun run, and this time it pops out the other side. This time it's Deion James, and timeout is called on the field.
Well, what do you know? Lexington finding their game here in this, their offensive game, so to speak, in this drive. It's been a little bit of a thing of beauty here. Big plays and some big plays at the right time.
And here's the throw. Flowers incomplete on 3rd and 4. J.W. Arshorn.
This announcer would like to apologize to the Lexington faithful for that announcer jinx as they fail to come up with a big play on 3rd down.
As Lexington will be in position for another field goal. This one of 42 yards. They made one from 37 to get on the board earlier. This left hash for Takayuki. And Mr. Yuki is good! 10 plays, 61 yards, 2 minutes and 44 seconds taken off the clock. And just like that, we have a 1-point game, 7-6.
Well done, Lexington Miners. Color me impressed.
1:11 to go in the first half, and this kick will be down in the end zone. There's a look at the early numbers, and quite frankly, by the numbers, Lexington should be up by more instead of just down by a single point.
Yeah, you'd think Lexington would probably have the edge on the scoreboard, but they don't. But they're looking good, Colin. Let's see what their defense can do. Prevent some points here at the end of the first half.
Gibson up the middle will only pick up about a yard. And I think Detroit will just be content to go into the locker room.
Yeah, they might. Maybe they're trying to lull them to sleep here. Throw downfield. You never know. Well, they got a nice package on the line.
It was Lexington who received the ball first to begin the football game. As Flowers,
I told you,
throws deep down the field. Catch made by Shelton. Still no timeout being taken by the boys in purple.
They did throw downfield for completion.
Like you wanted them to.
Yeah.
Well, they're just being lackadaisical.
I know, just lollygagging around as the clock puts a knife in him.
Yeah. As the throw, Jimmy went to the 40, and Jimmy went out of bounds just short of 35 with 9 seconds left.
Well, if they had called a timeout after that last play, they'd still have about 25 seconds or so.
And Flowers, he just rifled that one in there. The defender closest to went for the interception, but he missed. With 9 seconds now. Ball spotted just short of the 35. And they're lining up in a standard formation. Okay. Let's see where this goes. They color me skeptical at the moment. Send Khan, the other tight end, in motion. They're going to throw with Johnny Kim to the flat to Khan, the other tight end, and they call timeout with 3 seconds left.
Whoa. I wasn't sure the coaching staff of Lexington even knew about timeouts.
Well, near on for a 47-yard attempt with 3 seconds left. They're well within her range. She gets it off. The gun is sounded, and the kick is good.
Wow.
So Detroit uses all 1 minute and 11 seconds allotted to them, albeit they cut it very close. They got 3 points out of it.
And they're taking 2 timeouts to the locker room with them. Okay. Okay.
And we have a 10-6 ball game at the half. Rick Northrup, I'm curious your thoughts. It's been a low-scoring game, but a very entertaining one.
Yeah, well, I think my thoughts are Detroit's playing well. They're on the road, and they were able to manufacture some points out of that last possession. They did completely mismanage the clock, but they still got 3. So they'll take it. 10-6.
Flowers, you see the numbers there. Kim completed that one pass for about 7 yards. About 87 yards passing for Flowers unofficially. Slider, he was efficient 11 of 19, but he missed a lot of throws long. That completion percentage could be better.
It could. And you'll have to go back and look at the tape. Not sure how much was a misfire and how many of those were maybe not crisp enough routes. We'll leave that for the experts to decide during the week. But, the Rick meter was impressed by that last drive by Detroit. And both teams have kicked 2 field goals. The difference is the touchdown that Detroit has. And the Rick meter's going to go advantage Detroit. The progression is advantage probable. Book it. So advantage Detroit. That means Lexington has to
And the Maulers can go for the double dip here, don't forget.
Yeah, that means Lexington has to outplay Detroit, by a factor of 2 to get it to be advantage for them. Let's see what happens.
On the return from his goal line, we'll get up over 20 to mark him down at the 22.
You're right, and maybe that factored into their lack of sense of urgency in the end of the second quarter.
They still stumbled into that field. Gibson up the middle will slash his way for about 4.
I see what you mean. It's almost like they accidentally scored points at the end of the first half.
And you see Johnny Kim in there. He had the 1 pass completion, and he added a couple of runs. 11 yards on the 2 totes of the ball that he did. He's back in there. He's going to throw again. And Johnny Kim will go down the field this time, and Parrish could not hang on to the ball. Incomplete. Would have been a spectacular catch for a first down, but instead it's 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6, and they don't want the opening possession to end this way. Let's see what they've got.
And they go back to Flowers as they go 3 wide here. We're going to throw at Flowers this time. He goes underneath the Gibson, and that's not going to do much of anything. In fact, he's 2 yards short of the sticks.
The Miners are more than happy to let him catch the ball short of the mark there. So they're going to have to punt. By the way, Palamini in the chat Rhino everybody to smash that like button, Colin.
Oh yes, the good doctor. With the great reminder, helping the Yager in the breach as Manning almost busted it out the other side and still got it up to his own 40.
That's a terrific return, Colin. Yes, and T-Pat always with the correct prescription for everybody. That's my penguin. Poor man's penguin. There you see.
Ball on the Lexington 43 as my color analyst
Loses his mind.
for some reason tries to think he's a stand-up comedian when he's really sitting down in a chair.
The heck? All right, we're going to have a chat.
And slider back to throw, fades away, throws to the out, and that's only going to be about a 2-yard gain. After all that trouble, and for the first time this evening, let's go to Cameron Irvine for a game break. Cam?
Thank you, Colin. Florida hosting Los Angeles today and down 7-0 to the Lycans early. It's Bullet Boletsky finding the end zone from 4 yards out. We're all tied at 7 halfway through the second. Back to you.
Ooh, pretty competitive game out there between those two squads. LA looking to turn the corner. Meanwhile, Francis was looking to turn the corner on the field, but Armstrong says no.
Oh, aren't you the king of segues there? I like it. Well, 3rd and 7. They two blah plays there for the Miners. Now they got to come up with something.
Here's Flowers back to throw. Fires over the middle. Goes first down. And again, they convert about a third to medium to long as DJ Bandit hauls it in.
That's a nice play. And not all the time, but frequently tonight, the Miners are coming up with a play when they need a play.
And the numbers for Slider.
They need to end this thing in the end zone, though. They got to quit kicking the ball.
76.3 QBR. Thanks to Takayuki and Joshua Durr keeping track of the facts and figures for us. Here's the give. It's going to be about a 2-yard gain. Leggins, he's been involved in the run game, makes yet another tackle to his legend.
You know, they got more trouble than I think they'd like to have with the Detroit defensive line on some of these runs, Colin. Maybe a screen or a little.
And they dump it off to the back that time, and that works. As Deion James just simply takes the ball and says, I know what to do.
Very satisfied with himself. He brushes himself off to look good for the next play.
Again, they go shotgun with 2 men either side of Slider. They'd like to run counter out of this, or so we've seen. They'll pitch it out. And this time, Francis has better blocking. And Francis, he's going to be a happy camper. He picked up about 3 yards.
Better than nothing, yeah. Well, maybe another one of those swing passes. Worked surprisingly well.
Here's Bandit lined up as a fullback. He'll pave the way for James, but he didn't do a very good job as James gets stopped at the line of scrimmage.
It's a horrible job. I don't know. I think the tackle on that right side, too, is a little leaky.
Empty backfield again. Slider back to throw. Moving around in the pocket. Fires to the end zone. And incomplete.
Nearly complete to the security guard there in the yellow whip.
Manning, the closest man to the ball. And I think we're going to see, we're going to see another field goal. This one of 41 yards. Already in one of 42 and 37 to Takayuki. And he boots this one through, no problem.
Not probably their game plan, but apparently the Miners are settling for kicking them today. Well, they still have not gained the lead. Rick is still sticking with that advantage. Detroit will get the ball.
No future watch for Lexington.
You know, Lexington's on watch for a further downgrade. How about that?
Ooh, I see what you did there. Shelton on the return, pops out the other side 40. He's crossed the midfield stripe. That's a kicker to beat. And finally, you got run down at the Lexington 32.
That's an amazing run back. And one of the funniest things was he puts the kicker down with a spin move. I think he actually backs into him. We're not going to get another look at that. Shoot. The kicker was going to make the tackle. He does the spin move, and I think he pushes him down as he spins. Hashtag kicker week.
And they're going to run some sort of tight end in the round, and that didn't work. They lost about 3 yards. They faked it to the back, and then
getting all fancy.
Guttural Khan, the tight end, came around on the sweep, but nobody was fooled. Everybody stayed home.
They're trying to run a fancy. They're trying to run a Dijon play.
Flowers throws. Oh, what a catch in the air! Jimmy Witt will make it a 3rd and short as a result of his reception effort there.
Making up for that laughable tight end reverse there. Gets him into position to pick up the first.
The I formation. Flowers in there with those distinctive sleeves. That's how you can tell it's him. Witt motions all the way across. He's back to throw. Has plenty. Fires got him in. It's Shelton who had the big return, and now he sets him up at a 1st and goal at about the 5.
That was a tough catch. He's double covered, but he fronts both coverage men and able to hang on because he knows he's going to get mugged right there. He still completes the process, as they say.
And he's right the ground.
I love the comment in the chat. I ran a ton of sims. Never saw that tight end reverse.
Oh! Here's the run up the middle, and it'll be Williams. Almost breaks the plane again, but he stopped at about the goal line.
Are they sure they didn't break the plane? No, we're not going to get another look. I don't know who was the director on this on the video broadcast.
I thought it was Finney, the guy who's always with us.
There we go.
Gibson gets the touchdown instead. Now both backs for Detroit have a touchdown from less than a yard out.
The arsenal of democracy scores again.
And Johnny Kim doing handoff honors instead of the sneaky through.
Yeah, it just kind of walks in. What's that about? Lexington.
69 pending the extra point by Altmere. And it's up and good.
The score, there's the score updated. And with that updated score, the Rick meter's going to go probable Detroit, Colin. Early in the game to go probable. They're still in the 3rd.
3:29 to go in the 3rd. The Miners have yet to breach the end zone.
Doing my potato math here. The Miners kick another field goal. That's only 12. That's still smaller than 17, Colin. Miners got to show the Rick meter they can stick it in the end zone.
Or otherwise it'll just become one of those urban legends.
the mythical Lexington touchdown.
And this throw is complete to Manning. I don't know how Slider fit it in there.
See, they do this stuff all over the yard, Colin, but gosh, they get down close into scoring position and they get stymied. I guess hats off to the Detroit defense. But come on, Lexington,
okay,
let's go.
I'm sure you have a couple of very confused people listening in the chat right now. They're like, why is he pronouncing Detroit?
Well, that's because we're from Michigan and the Detroit area, and that's actually how a common pronunciation for Detroit, especially with all the Windsorites and Canucks and the English population.
Slider almost got sacked again. Reddick somehow got the ball and moves close to the 30-yard line. I don't know how Kenny Slider keeps getting away with it, but he does.
So there's obviously, there's in North America, there's a rivalry between England and France, and continues to this day. So Detroit was named by the French. It was D, Trois, which meant the Straits, right, where the Detroit River is. And so the English never fans of the French. Instead of saying Detroit, call it Detroit on purpose with a hard T.
On the run up the middle, Francis picks up 4 yards. See, this is why you tune into a broadcast with the Northrop father-son combination. You're listening to a football game, and then in the middle of it, you get a history lesson. It's like one of those Rodney Dangerfield bits.
There you go. Look out now. You might be careful. Listen closely. You might learn something. Hello.
And this will set up a 3rd and 4 on 2-yard pickup on the toss by James and the Lexington Miners here, Rick. They're in a bit of familiar territory. They're on the doorstep of getting to the red zone, but can they actually cross the painted area? Bandit in motion. They're going to pitch it, and it's not going to get there. Chris Delro on the tackle on Ian Francis, and once again, they're going to have to call on the specialty teams for attempt number 4. This one at 39 yards this time.
And there they go. As predicted by yours truly, we are now 17-12.
Robert Henson says he's taking notes.
Oh,
and then
good.
Porsche Hanson says, I don't know how to learn, Booth, right after it.
That's hilarious. Well, stick with us. You'll get the hang of it. Hey, quit coughing on me, Coleman.
That's why I had you take a picture of that thing the other day. So just a button, so you don't have to twist the knobs
Right, yeah.
all the time.
Right, Mr. Cough over here needs a cough button. We'll get you one.
229 to 188.
Oh my
They're now
gosh.
17 to 12. It's, the math is not mathing.
I know. I've got to apologize to the Lexington faithful and coaching staff. I've been hard on them, and they are well aware that can't win a football game kicking field goals. Can't win a game very often. How about that? Just kicking field goals. And Troy has the ball, but Miners D has him in 2nd and 1. Let's see if they can get a 3 and out on this possession.
The run up the middle, Sutherland bludgeons ahead, and he pick up about 6 yards. There's another fun word, bludgeon.
Minutia and bludgeon.
As we reach the end of the 3rd quarter, put your numbers in the chat, folks. 12, 68, 86, 29. We got them all. It's the nightcap here in week 1 of SFL season 26. Colin Northrop, Rick Northrop here in the booth with you. Joshua Durant, Akayuki. Our statisticians is Detroit holds a 17 to 12 lead. And Jimmy Wendt is the man in motion.
Yeah, and SFL Porsche 12 is still less than 17.
Throw over the middle. It's complete. A Parrish for the 1st down, and Detroit is on the move.
Let me teach y'all how to learn a little bit there. Get out your number lines from your desk. Put them on your desk. And put your finger on 17. And put your right finger on 17. And your left-hand finger on 12. You'll see the difference.
Flowers again throws over the middle. Catch made by Robert Edson Jr. for another Detroit 1st down. And Flowers, to quote Sid Abel, he be a sniper there, Bruce.
He be a sniper there, Bruce. So we're referencing Sid Abel and Bruce Martin, who were Hall of Fame broadcasters for the Detroit Red Wings back in the day. And they had delightful Canadian tinged accents. We are a sniper.
And Flowers over the middle, went underneath, gets good yak on that one and picks up about 6 yards for his troubles. It'll be 2nd and 4. This is Kim in the ball game. Johnny Kim throws, and oh, that was in a real dangerous area as he buggy whipped the ball out there.
Buggy whipped the ball highway to the danger zone.
Another one from a Detroit broadcasting icon, Jim Price, former catcher on the world champion '68 Tiger team. Oh, he just take pitchers with buggy whips as well,
Right.
and painted in a nice area. And that wasn't a nice area for Johnny.
There
is out for Flowers. This is down on the turf. The defensive back blitz gets home for Lexington, and Detroit, the drive stole there. Marco Swift came flying around the corner.
Excuse me while I pat myself on the back. I told you that great circle route rush was in the defensive playbook for Lexington, and Detroit had to be careful. And it got home that time.
We're going to get a punt angled toward the sideline, and it'll be out of bounds. Out about the 15, and let's go back to league headquarters in Cameron Irvine. Cam?
Thank you, Colin. Watch how the first half ended in Fort Lauderdale. Los Angeles up 17-7. Hail Mary. Welcome back to the league. Israel Adams with the spin and the score. 17-14. Lycans by 3. Back to you.
Oh, my goodness.
That was sweet.
That's a nice Hail Mary play, and that's a nice sack for Messiah Citron. The French Lemon gets home and tacks the quarterback in the backfield.
Did you call him the French Lemon? Pardon me while I have a moment. Oh my gosh.
That's a loss of 6 on the play. 2nd and 16. They're going to dump it off on a screen. And
she goes
and he circumnavigated around to avoid all the guys in white shirts, but only picks up a yard.
Runs his own great circle route, nearly sprints into his own end zone, and ends up nowhere for his trouble. Oh my gosh. So you pick up a little French here. Citron. Nice
throw over the middle, tipped and incomplete, and it's been a lot of that for Kenny Slider. Head down, just frustrated. Guy tapping him on the shoulder there. And his teammates call him the Mad Levin. So call him the French Levin. It's not far off.
No, yeah. End zone punt. Friends and family of the Miners want to avert their eyes as Detroit picks up the ball in the midfield.
The ball in Lexington 46.
Well, while you watch this replay, for those of you that are in learning mode, I want you to get out your writing tablets and practice your cursive here as you watch this next possession by the Detroit Maulers.
And Guy Clausen pointing out that last pass was tipped by King Jamal.
We missed that, didn't we?
We went high for that.
Missed that shout out. Thank you, Guy.
And it's going to be about a 2-yard loss to Gibson.
You okay? Colin ate of like 42 sliders before the broadcast. I think they're coming back up on him.
No, I did not.
I mentioned how good the buffet was here in Lexington. They spare no expense on the food.
Flowers is going to throw the ball way down the field. Tipped and incomplete. There were 2 guys in gray shirts around the ball as Arthur knocked it away.
They are very pleased with themselves, and they should be. That was a great defensive play.
It's going to be 3rd and 12. Flowers is in there as they go 2 by 2 wide receiver. 3 to side. 4 in total. Here's Flowers. Gonna throw. Underneath, complete to Jimmy Went for the first down.
Let's play some D, Denver, come on!
And Jimmy Went, he's been a big target here in the second half for Flowers.
Just a nice deep crosser there. Sure hands. It's out a little bit in front of him, but he corrals it, Colin.
Corrals it, indeed. We are now under 6.5 minutes to go.
Next really needs to stop them here. We saw them do a field goal try.
I would agree that they want to keep having
a
a puncher's chance in this football game. As Detroit would go with a handoff here, and Gibson picked up the first down by himself. He was moving people.
He was dragging them. He kept, the obvious color guy comment. He kept his feet moving the whole time, and you can see what that does. kids. Stay on your squats and your quick footwork drills. And you'll be able to do that too.
Offset I formation. Brad Taylor right, the fullback now in front of Wade. And they'll get to Taylor right up the middle, who squeezes about 2 yards out of that. I don't think the yards are as important as that clock just keeps keeping the seconds through like sand in an hourglass. Jim's pass tipped away incomplete. Quit interrupting my point.
All right, you got it. I was going to make a point and I forgot what it was. We talked about what
3rd and 8 is the clock stop now. No motion, hunt across.
Lexington defense just trying to get some kind of play on the ball.
Throw in the middle, and it's another 3rd down conversion. This time to Jimmy Winigan.
Wow, yeah, 1st and goal for Detroit. I don't know how many 3rd down conversions that is. Do they keep track of that?
They do keep track of that. I will pull that.
Let's take a look at that.
Detroit, so far this game is 6 of 13 on 3rd down. Lexington, for all the situations they've been in, they're 4 of 12 for the game. They were 3 of 8 the first half, only 1 of 4 in the second half. As Detroit is firmly taking command of the total yardage lead, and Kahn somehow catches that pass and gets into the end zone. That was a duck that was quacking the whole way to Kahn's arms, and he caught it.
It catches the duck.
Watch this. Kim was absolutely leveled, and Johnny has the touchdown pass.
Wow. Well, he broke the plane.
That's going to go down as a wacky play.
Wow. And that'll make it 24-12. This was the scoreboard
Yes,
operator.
it now is official.
Now it's official, 24-12. Oh, and this just in from the Rick meter. This is book it for Detroit. Detroit will win this game. We can count on it. That's the assurance the Rick meter brings to the game. Don't forget, after the game tonight, if you want to tour the Rick meter, it'll have its neoning and the diesel motor humming. You can get a first-hand look at the Rick meter command center.
As we get a 1st and 10 from the 20, shotgun pass to Flowers, going for everything, and he got it out to Manning at about the 45. What a catch!
That's nice, and that's what they need as they find themselves down by a bunch of 12. It's a 2-score lead for Detroit. It's a tall order for the Miners, who have yet to put the ball in the end zone, needing 2 of those in the last 4 minutes of the game.
They're going to throw out to James, who steps out of bounds, and they say got to the line of scrimmage. No, that's Francis, I beg your pardon. For Detroit's upcoming schedule, they got a week 2 bye. Unusual, they get a bye this early. Before 3 straight divisional games, 2 of them at home and 1 on the road. They'll play Carolina and Chicago at home, and then travel to Minnesota. As that pass is tipped away by Robert Cherry, incomplete. Lexington, meanwhile, they'll host the Anchorage Wolves next week in week 2 before having a week 3 bye.
Wow, early buys.
Before hosting the Fort Worth Toros on the day before Valentine's Day. And then have a 2-game road trip at Oklahoma City and Washington for weeks 5 and 6. As the throw is complete for the first down as we approach under 4 minutes to go. That's Manning again.
Yeah, for those interested, SFL portion. A bunch is 12. A passel of points is 3 scores. And a wagon load is 4 scores.
And they're going to throw a swing pass again. Francis will gain about 6 yards, and here we see the hurry up as they're trying to maximize. The number plays it off, they're down the middle. Howls it in, only 1st and goal.
Wow. That's nice. Let's go.
Slider, quick drop, dumps it off again to Francis. He's tackled by Jack Brown. And Francis, no, he's not getting up. He's down. Oh, just when you thought things couldn't get any more bleak for the guys in gray. There.
And the trainer with the suede jacket has to come out and attend to him.
It'll be 2nd and 11 as a result of the loss.
You know, you can't, it's not right to hold people down.
Oh, the pass is intercepted. Kicked the ball, plucked it out of the air.
Speaking of learning, somebody learned their route real good there on the defense.
And King Jamal snatches it out of the air and returns it upfield some 14 yards to the Detroit 19-yard line.
Snatching a glimmer of hope away from the Lexington Miners. With 3:18 to go, Detroit with possession. The Miners can stop the clock a few times, obviously.
Detroit's your kind of team, Rick. They have King Jamal, they have King Rashid, and you know if you had King Richard, you'd fit right in.
We got to put King Richard. King Richard ought to put in a job application for the Detroit Maulers. They probably use a good quality player like King Richard.
Approaching under 3 minutes to go, and everybody on the purple and teal side is excited. Well, the guys in gray and orange, they're wondering where it went wrong.
Where did it all go wrong? Well, I'll tell you, the inability to play.
And
No
Gibson
secret.
picks up the 1st down. As we're at 2:30 and counting to go in the game, and Detroit's played an outstanding football game. Rick Northrop, Jimmy Wentz been key.
Yeah, you know what? And one of the things that I would talk about if I was asked to write a game wrap on this is Detroit is patient. They've been patient. Right? They haven't been in a hurry. They haven't panicked. And we're at the 2-minute warning here in Lexington, Kentucky. Your score, Detroit 24, Lexington 12.
And Flowers, he's done a masterful job today, as has that man, Johnny Cameron. Nearly had a touchdown running, but he threw a touchdown pass in the most unlikely fashion you possibly could.
You know you're charmed in a game when a deflected or a ducky pass like that goes for a score. And here's a timeout. I was going to say Detroit's been patient. I mean, they've taken some risks. They've taken some shots here or there, but they've been, to me, seemed largely calculated. And they haven't always worked out, but they haven't done a lot of risky things or look panicked. They've just been solid on both sides of the ball. They're grinding out. They're on their way to a 24-12 win, which is a bunch of points.
They're back at 5. They're going to throw again with Kim pass tipped in. The clock stops. And they just used the timeout on the play before. That's like giving him a timeout back. It's like, what is Johnny Kim doing?
He's lucky that wasn't a pick six, honestly. Could have really turned the game on. And just as I was talking about, not being risky and not making, mistakes, big mistakes, there was one.
And are they going to put it in the air again? Nope. They will get to Gibson, and Gibson says, "I'll do it myself." It gets to the 45-yard line. Lexington calls timeout number 2. There you see the numbers for Gibbs. He has the 1 rushing touchdown to his ledger. On about 14 totes. Williams gets the ball, and Williams battering his way for 9 yards.
And there's the last one, right?
And it should be the final timeout that Lexington has. Although, I think they want to seal this with a 1st down official.
Yeah, first down. Does it here, and they're very close. Tim Keeper.
Nope, they give to Williams, and he gets the first down himself.
That's going to seal it.
With about 1:30 left, Alexander West, his team fought hard. He got 4 grabs and 10 targets for 41 yards, but ultimately, the Lexington squad could not find the end zone. They had to kick it between the poles, not once, not twice, but 4 times.
4 times. And for those of you that are into wagering, the under will hit on this. And Detroit covers. They were given 2.5. They're going to win by 12.
Johnny Kim takes the kneel down. One more ought to do it.
And as the Rick Meter told you about in the third quarter, Detroit was going to win this game. That's the way it's going to play out.
As we wrap up this game, we got an unusual update from Florida, LA.
Yeah.
Los Angeles leads 31-14 with 2:05 left in the third. Isaac Covert, the Florida Storm quarterback, is injured, so that probably accounts for the fact that Los Angeles is so far ahead in the ball game.
And so few points by
Florida. And JW says, no, I woke up. What did I miss? Well, you missed a lot, buddy, but your team won 24-12.
There you go. A good game, solid game by Detroit. Lexington, a lot of yards. Let's see. We'll see where the stats end up, but a lot of yardage, but just couldn't get it in the end zone. You know, if they had put all 4 of those field goal attempts into the end zone, right, they'd have 28 points. It's a much different contest.
And see, the yards were still relatively close. First downs were close. Time of possession sort of close. And see the numbers there. Francis led all running backs with 14 touchdowns. Manning had 7 grabs for 145 on 10 targets, 9 tackles, a sack for Carter Cruz. Some rookies making some milestones today. Williams scored a touchdown for Detroit. Johnny Kim threw a touchdown pass as the backup quarterback. And, you know, there's a lot of guys you can give it to on the Detroit side, but, you know, Ethan Flowers had himself a whale of a football game, directing an offense that got 306 total yards under their belt. And thank you to Takayuki and Joshua Durr for keeping track of the facts and figures for us.
Totally 100%.
Cameron Irvine, executive producer extraordinaire as always. Holding the fort down. And for Colin Northrup and Rick Northrup, this has been a presentation of the SFL on the Virtual Football Network as Detroit has defeated Lexington by the score of 24-12 here in week 1 of season 26 of the simulation football. You all right? Enjoy the remainder of the games, including the Monday Night Spectacular.